In terms of Life is Strange news from Deck 9, Square Enix or the Life is Strange team, things have been very quiet since the release of Double Exposure. However, something that was actually announced all the way back in 2016 and that a lot of us forgot about was the Life is Strange TV show. For those of you who do not know, a Life is Strange TV show was rumoured to be in development in 2016 and has been since then. A lot of people didn't know this, including some team members of Don't Nod, which I don't know whether that surprises me or not, to be honest. The series would follow a similar formula to the first game, of course with Max Caulfield being our main protagonist of the show, discovering her rewind powers and how her actions have consequences, taking place in the high school format. This was first announced by a studio called Legendary Digital Studios, and they partnered with Square Enix and another company called DJ2 Entertainment to adapt it. Now this had a lot of fans pretty concerned, myself included, at the time of this announcement, because if you know the Life is Strange games well enough, they are choice-based games. So the first Life is Strange game, which is rumoured that the TV show would be adapted on, has two completely different endings that really do alter the player experience. Not only that, but also the choices made throughout the game, some of the minor impactful things such as Kate, what happens with Frank, your relationship with David, and even your relationship with Chloe. How they would tackle this in a TV show and make all fans happy, yeah, I don't think all fans would be happy with this. Considering as well, looking at the percentage of which people chose to sacrifice Chloe or Arcadia Bay, it's still pretty close. Another bombshell about the show is that Shawn Mendes, yes, Shawn Mendes,
included I struggle with anxiety.
Amazing.
And
was initially attached as an executive producer and a music director for the show. Now this already seemed a little bit out of touch, considering that if you look at the genre of music that Shawn Mendes does versus the genre of music that the Life is Strange games tend to use, it's completely different. No hate to Shawn Mendes, I think he's a fantastic musician and I myself like some of his music, but I don't think it would fit in a Life is Strange game. Life is Strange tends to use a lot of indie music. Whether I think Shawn Mendes can pull that off, I don't really know him as an artist well enough, just that I like a few of his songs, but I personally just don't think that he would fit that musical narrative. Life is Strange has always used indie artists and even some artists that aren't exactly mainstream, which is what I think made the game so special, is they do bring light to a lot of smaller talents, and it's always fun to find that new talent through the games. Since the announcement of the show though, it has been reported that it's faced some development challenges, and I can only imagine these delays were Don't Nod no longer actively developing the Life is Strange games at the time of the announcement, as they were still the developers back then. Perhaps potential rights issues when it comes to streaming services and certain companies involved. I know some companies pulled out, and I do know now that Shawn Mendes is no longer attached to the show, so it's actually someone else. And I believe that someone else is Margot Robbie, of all people, is now the executive producer. I might have that completely wrong. I've been doing my research online, but I keep seeing different things from different sources, and it's very confusing. I don't think anyone really knows what's going on, just that it's been in development since 2016, and since then there's not really been a whole lot of stuff on it. We've had little inklings here and there, and the announcement was official from the Life is Strange Twitter page all the way back in 2016, I believe, to confirm that there was going to be a Life is Strange TV show, but 9 years has gone by and still nothing. A new company also is attached to the project called Lucky Chap Entertainment, which is alongside Margot Robbie, so I would just assume that Margot Robbie is maybe taking the place of Shawn Mendes. I don't know. But we haven't had any official trailers or announcements since then, just a tweet and then some rumblings within the community and some rumblings between companies and directors and people involved in the project, and that it's been in development. We don't know if it's actually been shelved, although now I feel like it's as good as time as ever to do an adaptation of Life is Strange if you're going to. It just depends how you're going to go about it. And if we look at modern day video game adaptations now of TV shows, a lot of them have been really successful. For instance, The Last of Us show did really well, the Fallout show, Arcane, which is based on League of Legends, all fantastic shows that have won awards and have just got really good reception from fans. I don't think this would be the worst time for it. I mean, the series at the moment is in a little bit of a tough position due to double exposure. We know that that game was not successful and a lot of Deck 9 staff got laid off after the release of that game. Poor reviews, fans don't like it, but I won't be talking about that in this video. I've already made 2 whole videos talking about double exposure since it's been released, and yeah, I think that's my limit. But since then, things have been pretty quiet. To give my 2 cents on it, I personally don't think I'd want a Life is Strange show. It would be cool, but I don't think I'd want to see Max Caulfield come back. Max has been touched on in Life is Strange 1, and then they touched on Max again in Double Exposure, and it just did not go down well at all. So I think they really need to leave the Max and Chloe characters alone at this point. Just leave them alone. It's not gonna work. Everybody obviously has their own headcanons about what they think is canon, and that's always a really big argument in the Life is Strange community as well. And I feel like it will just cause problems, and it will isolate a lot of fans as well, based on the facts that Life is Strange is a choice-based game. So how they're going to create a TV show on a choice-based game, it's going to be really difficult. Even if they go with, say, this will happen in the show because this was what the player base chose and this is what the minority was, I don't know. I still don't think it'd work. You'd still be isolating a big part of the Life is Strange community. There are people out there that sacrificed Chloe and still absolutely love the game and even adore Max and Chloe, but just sacrificed Chloe because they felt like that's the right decision and that's their headcanon. It's not hating Chloe or whatever, just in case that sentence I've just said caused drama. I am a Sacrifice Arcadia Bay gal, just saying, but I do respect the decision of people that chose to sacrifice Chloe. So if they were to make a whole show about this and then be like, this could be canon or whatever, it will get into the argument of people declaring whether it's canon or not. Probably a lot of people, I doubt, would declare it canon, but yeah, it would just really complicate things. As I said earlier on, I think if they were to create a Life is Strange show on new characters and an original story, I think it could potentially work, especially exploring powers, which is of course a main theme in the Life is Strange game. Mystery, powers, things like that. I think it could definitely make for an interesting show, but to use Max and Chloe and the original characters, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. But just because right now video game adaptations are popular and that of course we've had shows like Fallout, Arcane and Last of Us do really well, doesn't necessarily mean that a Life is Strange show will land. My main concern is I just don't think they would be able to properly navigate the choice-based formula of the games. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I wish there was more information I could give about this, but there's only so much that we know about the show. Not really much has been said, just that a lot of companies have been involved and they're no longer involved. A lot of people have been involved and they're no longer involved. There was some rumblings about casting of Max Caulfield and Chloe. There's been a lot of fan casts online I've seen, and some of them have been really, really precise, to be fair, and really cool. And I do think the concept of a show would be cool, but I just can't see it working with Max and Chloe. Even if they just label it as this is separate from the game, this isn't canon, it's still gonna wind people up because it just will. I mean, again, if they were to do a show, I wouldn't be against it. I would of course watch it, but I'm not sure. But I would be interested to know what you guys think about this. It has been something that a lot of fans have been talking about lately, and there has been a few more rumblings about it due to obviously there being no games on the horizon right now. So it's definitely an interesting topic. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do apologise that I've not really been posting lately. I always use this excuse, but this time I promise it's a valid excuse. Without revealing too much, there's been a lot going on in my personal life right now that has made filming YouTube videos really difficult, trying to find time to do it. To be as brief as possible, I'm currently working my current job and I'm also working on doing my dream career, and essentially all the time it feels like I'm working 2 jobs. So I'm constantly exhausted and I don't really get a lot of time to film videos. So I do apologise about that, but I do appreciate your guys' and patience between each upload. I also want to say thank you for all the amazing feedback I got on my Lost Records review. That video took so long to make, and I'm grateful that people gave their feedback on that and enjoyed it, so thank you so much. It makes those big projects worth it when people enjoy them. And even giving me constructive criticism, I'm always open to that, as long as you're not a dick about it. But people aren't, people are lovely, so thank you all so much. On the topic of like my channel and things like that, I do just want to let you guys know that I want to start live streaming on here again, on my YouTube channel rather than on my Twitch. I want to play the Life is Strange games for you guys, and I have already played Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm on stream, and I really enjoyed sharing my experience with you guys and being able to interact with a lot of you as well whilst doing those streams. I would love to go back and replay Life is Strange 2, True Colors, even some of the DLCs that I never did on stream, such as the Farewell DLC, and I'd also love to play Lost Records Bloom and Rage on stream as well. So let me know down in the comments what you think about that. I think it'd be a really fun way for us just to all chat about the games and for me just to better connect with you guys. Keep your eyes peeled on this channel. I do have many more Life is Strange videos planned on the horizon somewhere when my personal life just chills out a little bit, but I do appreciate all of your patience. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye and take care.